next contestant is my roommate. Give it up for Jonathan Barker!
You ruined the surprise. I am Jake's roommate, and when he first told me about it, I was a little nervous because I was reluctant to come up here, and he's like, hey, do you want to come up and do some stand-up for 5 minutes? And I was like, I gotta stand up for 5 minutes? I don't want to do that. But no, my name is GC Memes, and I'm the man behind Jonathan Barker. Actually, first step. No. Gosh, it's nice to be here. Let's see. I was told I wasn't allowed to swear up here, so I'll stick to promising. The only finger I'll be giving you is my pinky. So that's a promise, not a threat. It's a pinky promise. I'm a communications major, and ironically, I spend most of my time avoiding communication with people. So I thought I'd fit in well in that department. Prof. Ross and Dr. Coleman have been pretty awesome to me. And life can be kind of weird sometimes, but as my father used to tell me, he used to say, Jonathan, you're not my real son. But I find advice helpful, and you know what they say? They say, you know, when life gives you lemonade mix, just add water. So, but I grew up in Southern Illinois, and it's kind of rough being living here because there's literally nothing. But I think I'd like to live in the city someday. I think it'd be really interesting because, like, for one reason, honestly, just one reason that just attracts my attention. Okay, just imagine walking down the sidewalk in like New York City or something. You're just walking down, and someone is just like standing there, and their job is to say, "Hey, you want a hot dog?" Yeah, I would love a hot dog. I think that'd be amazing. Just be walking down, and someone just gives you food. I don't know about you guys, but that's me. So I went to the doctor the other day, and I told him I was showing symptoms for hypochondria, but I don't think he believed me. Let me get serious for a second, guys. You ever just sit down, and after pouring yourself a bowl of cereal, you realize you don't like life? Should have got Captain Crunch. So yeah, high school was fun. Not. I went to 4 different high schools, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, 4 times the high schools, 4 times the fun. No, it was not like that. I remember one day at school, it was my first day in new school, and I was going to lunch, and I spent all day in the guidance counselor's office figuring out my classes, which was awesome. And I got to lunch, and there was literally nowhere to sit. So I ended up sitting by the specially challenged kids, and I didn't notice it. I guess I fit in pretty well because I didn't notice it until I got home, and my mom asked me what I learned at school today, and I said, I learned my shapes and other things. But yeah, I tend to be kind of awkward, and I feel awkward just standing here, but I have the ability to make awkward situations even more awkward. My friends and I were talking one day, and we were talking about summer plans, what we're going to do for summer. And one of my friends next to me said, you know, she's going to work at McDonald's this summer. And what I should have said was probably nothing, just maybe a nod of acknowledgement. But what I did say was, you have the face of a McDonald's worker. I don't think we're friends anymore. I'd like to leave you guys with a poem, and I wrote it myself, so just enjoy. Thank you for listening to me. It's pretty awkward for me, but hopefully not awkward for you. So this is a poem I wrote. It's called, actually I don't have a title for it. At the hipster church, we pray before dinner, but only after we Instagram a picture. Thank you guys very much.
You ready? Like, who do you watch? Who do you like comedy-wise? I caught the Birbiglia references. He has this power in the storytelling. Like, your stuff is written pretty tightly, I think what would help a lot is figuring out how to weave it into a story like he does. Gaffigan does the same thing. You know, he has these little vignettes, but he's able to draw you in with the story. So I think your stuff will be strong. And, you know, just capitalize on your awkwardness. Use that persona to your advantage. On some jokes it hit, and on others it was not quite there. But I think a little bit of work on that persona will go a long way.
I picked up on your talent for awkwardness too, and thought it was a great self-deprecation and that could be developed quite a bit. Loved your groaners. Not all groaners work, but they did for this audience. We caught on very quickly. Your high school, not life. I would have liked to have seen a more powerful ending. The poem didn't end as strongly as the rest of your content. But overall, great content and some current references that we all laughed at.
I would say the one thing that I would describe your act was it was very giggly to me. Like I catch myself just like giggling and looking at Ruth, and then she'd do it back to me. It was so cute. It did start a little slow, and it did kind of end a little slow. But like I said, it was the overall feel of it was in the right direction. It wasn't like it was. Yeah, it was giggly to me, and I liked that.